fresh ones. I hope you're doing very well. I'm back, as you can see, after a week of recuperating from that awful virus that's lurking around. Nearly took me out, but I'm here. I'm back with a new project that I'm really excited about. So I hope you're all doing very well. I hope you're all taking on that baton and deciding to upcycle more of your items in your wardrobe, or even one item in your wardrobe. It'd be great to see the examples you've created on my Instagram. All the details are in the description box below. So today's project is a shirt project, something I really enjoyed. Taking this really, I wouldn't say plain shirt, because when I originally bought it, I really liked the puffy sleeves, I liked the high splits, but I just didn't like the plaid. I'm not really a plaid girl. Don't know why I jumped on that trend. Not all trends are for all of us, and we have to keep that in mind. So whilst in my closet wardrobe looking for something else, I came across the shirt and I thought, yep, I'm gonna upcycle that. You know, I've had it for 2 years and I can quite honestly say I probably worn it twice. Not great usage, I would say, so why not? So whilst introspecting, as you do, I was asking myself, what am I going to do with that? And this came to mind. So first things first, I'm going to unpick this huge pocket. Not going to be part of my new design. But when you're unpicking, be very, very careful, because one slight small move, depending on the fabric you're using, can really create problems for you down the line, which I discovered firsthand. I'm going to assume that the pocket was hiding a fabric flaw or something, because sometimes that's the case. But yeah, I've created a little hole. I've found a little hole in my fabric. But keep watching to see what I do to hide this hole. Okay, we're on to the next stage. So I'm going to try and do this shirt really quickly, because when you do these customizing videos, they could, if you did it in real time, the videos will be like an hour and a half long. But I'm going to try and make it as quickly as I can. So I've tried it on, and as you can see, I've put a pin at the length I want the shirt to be. I'm going to make it slightly waist length, so 2 inches below the belly button. That's going to be the length of the front. I'm not going to let you in too much, because the design is still in my head and I'm working it out. But the thing that I found is, because it's got high splits at the side, and I'm going to have to close the high splits so that I can create the style I want. So the next move is to seam the sides of the top. I'll have to unpick the top stitching and then seam both sides. So I'll do that quickly. So I've got the sewing machine out and I'm going to stitch the sides of the shirt. I'm closing the high splits in order to create the design I want. I'll do that quickly. That's the only sewing we're going to do at this stage. Next, you're going to need a piece of paper and pen to write down your actual measurements. I have not made this top before. This is all in my head, but I'm going to just do it just run with it, because that's what I do. You always learn from your mistakes, so yeah. Here goes nothing. I've already decided I want the blouse to be shortened by 21.5 centimetres, and that's with seam allowance. I'm going to have the front straight, but as it gradually comes to the side, I'm going to change the angle of the blouse. So I'm going to start marking off the angle. All good so far. Yeah, I think that works. I've also added pins where I'm going to put the second cut. And I'm going to go across like this. Yeah, that looks right. I'm not even fussed, really. Like I said, every mistake is actually a creative process in my eyes. So I'm just going to play it by ear and see what it looks like. But so far it looks fine. Actually, I want the bottom of it to be slightly thicker, so I'm going to just wipe down this first chalk mark and I'm going to remove it and make it slightly lower, because I don't want this band to be too thin. So I'm going to duplicate what I've done now onto the other side. So for the button stand, I'm going to measure 4 inches from the inside of the right button stand in order to get the correct markings. And from there, I'm going to use the lines from the shirt to mark the second line across. Does that look the same? I think it does. Then I'm going to measure from the side to the second line, and that's 18.5 centimeters. So I'll duplicate that onto the other side, 18.5 centimeters. So all that's left to do is to cut into the lines. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to cut the front first because I don't want the back space to be as close. So as you can see, I'm just showing you here, I don't want the gap in the back to be too narrow, so I'm going to make it slightly wider. So I'm just going to make it slightly wider. I've cut the front first, and then I'll cut the back secondly, because I don't want it to be too narrow in the back. So I've marked it with the chalk, as you can see. And so I've done that. So I'm not going to give the style away too much. What's left to do is the final design that I decided. As you can see, there's a little bit of a hole here, which I don't particularly like. But like I said earlier, every error is a design in disguise. So I'm going to reuse the top flap that came with the shirt and make it into a design feature by stitching it vertically to cover the hole. I'm going to put a little buttonhole, and then add a little button. So yeah, no error is an error. So I'm going to quickly pin it, and then we're going to do the stitching, and then we're finished. So I went on autopilot and I stitched on the flat, but we move. So I'm now going to create the buttonhole. I'm going to fold the flat in half to get the center point, and then I'm going to make a small buttonhole, cut it through, and then finally I'm going to line and the opening, and then I'm going to turn it in 0.5 centimeters and just top stitch, and then we will be finished. So we're on the home straight. I love this part. See you on the other side. So we got here, we've reached the end, and here's the top. I love it. I really do. It's such a versatile top. You can wear it casually. I'm wearing it with straight fitting joggers. And I've teamed it here with a pair of silver heeled loafers. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. What do you think? If you're like me, that likes to be a bit conservative but wear something with a little bit of a twist, this fits the bill perfectly. And I really love the mock pocket that I put in. I think that really adds a nice flavour, and it would have probably looked a bit plain without the pocket actually. So yeah, every error is a blessing in disguise. So yeah, what do you think? I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm wearing it here also with a pair of black flat loafers, and it looks great. Buttoned to the top or opened with a silver necklace around my neck. I love it. I really do. I'd love to see you guys have a go at this shirt, because it really is a stylish addition, and I think I definitely can look past the plaid. I can't wait to wear it with real heels when I go out. So yeah, really, 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 really happy. So thank you so much for staying with me for the last 13 minutes. This one took slightly longer. As the designs get more in depth, obviously they're going to require a bit more explanation. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll join me next week for another upcycling edition. Namaste, my queens. Happy upcycling.